All right, today we're doing a deep dive on something that honestly costs more than my first car.
That's probably putting it mildly.
Yeah, the NTI SM-32X16-15V-LCD VGA video matrix switch. It's this, what, almost $8,000 piece of hardware?
It's $7,655 to be exact. And it's the kind of thing that's usually locked away where most people will never, ever see it.
Right. So our mission today is to figure out what this thing actually does and why it commands that kind of price tag.
And why that price is all about absolute assurance in really high-stakes situations.
Okay, so what is it? I mean, it's a switch, but it's obviously not a simple A-B switch.
No, not at all. The key thing to understand is that it's not a splitter. They call it a VMUX switch. And it's designed specifically to create a matrix.
A matrix, so like any input can go to any output.
Exactly. You can take video feeds from a bunch of different source computers and route them to, well, to multiple monitors, projectors, you name it.
And one input can go to all of them.
One input can go to one display, or some of them, or all of them at the same time. You can instantly reconfigure the entire visual layout of a command center.
Okay, but I have to ask.
Mm-hmm.
It uses VGA, right? Most of us hear VGA and we think, old and maybe a little blurry.
That's a very fair question.
So how can this expensive feed be, razor sharp? Where's the engineering that justifies that?
It really comes down to two key things: bandwidth and buffering.
Okay.
The video bandwidth is huge. We're talking 200 megahertz or even more. That means the picture, even at a high resolution like 1920 by 1200, it's instantaneous and it's crystal clear.
And what about the buffering?
The buffering is where the real magic is. Every single output is buffered from its input.
So that's kind of like a digital fire break.
Precisely. That's a perfect way to describe it. It means if one monitor has an issue or one computer sends out some noise,
That doesn't take down the whole system.
it can't spread. It guarantees signal integrity no matter how complicated the routing gets. This specific model, by the way, handles up to 8 sources driving 2 separate display outputs, all with standard VGA cables.
Which makes the installation way simpler, I imagine.
Huge operational advantage. You don't need custom coax connections or anything like that.
Okay, so that's the setup. But let's talk about managing it. When information is moving that fast, how do operators actually control the whole matrix?
Control is very centralized. I mean, you can do some basic things with the buttons on the front panel. There's an LCD screen there.
But you're not going to be standing in a server rack during an incident.
No, you're not. The real work happens through the software that's included, the NTI switch control program. It's a proper graphical user interface.
A GUI, so point and click.
Exactly. An operator can change the entire visual environment for a room remotely, over the network or a serial port. They can make rapid changes as a situation develops.
Okay, we've established the engineering is serious.
Huh.
But let's zoom out. For that kind of money, where are these things actually being used? It can't just be for a fancy office.
Oh, no. It's the backbone for any environment where the visual data flow is mission critical, where failure is just not an option.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Think air traffic control rooms, military command centers, specialized courtrooms that need to show evidence securely, even large-scale digital signage.
Anywhere that depends completely on non-degraded instant video.
That's it.
And I'm guessing the commercial details really underscore that need for resilience. You're buying confidence, really.
Absolutely. You're buying a massive assurance package. Every single unit goes through a minimum 24-hour burn-in, full heat testing, load testing on every single port.
Wow.
Plus, it's TAA compliant.
Which means it meets those strict U.S. government procurement standards.
Right, which is why you find it in official command centers and not just, commercial spaces. They are selling reliability that's already been proven.
So when we wrap this all up, what our deep dive shows is that this kind of unseen specialized hardware is the essential backbone for sharing information at the highest level.
That's right.
The cost isn't for the chips and the metal box. It's for having zero tolerance for failure when the stakes are incredibly high.
That is the core takeaway. You are paying for resilience, and that actually raises a final interesting thought for you to consider.
Go on.
Well, think about this. If this switch is managing a matrix where 8 inputs can go to any of its outputs in any combination you can think of, just how many unique potential display configurations does that give a command center operator to manage at any given moment? That level of rapid, flexible information management is truly what you're paying for.